we will create the IAM user, and then we will create groups, and we'll add user to that group, and we will check how to add the policy on a individual user or on a group. And also we will try logging into the AWS account using newly created group. So let's start here. So I am logged into my AWS console, and I have added these shortcuts. So if you don't have it, then you can simply click here and then search IAM, and you will get the list. So if you click on this star icon here, then it will create a um, quick access icon here. So I'll click on IAM and then I'll create one user. So let's do that. After clicking to IAM, I will click on the users, and we'll create our first user in this. Create user, we'll give it a name. So this would be our admin user. So I'm giving it a name lab admin, lab admin, and then we will provide our AWS console access to this user. So we'll select this option. Then we will have other options to give appropriate access to this user. So this would be our IAM user. So I will select this one. I want to create an IAM user. Then we have different options. We can auto generate the password, and then we can create custom password. And so in this case, I'll create custom password, and I'll give it a password. And then user must create a new password at the next sign in recommended. So this is mainly we use when we are creating user account for different users. So in this case, this is we are creating for ourselves. So I'll not do that. I'll uncheck this so that I can use this custom password which I have created, and we'll click on next. So this, I'll remove this notification, and never for this one. And then we have an option to either add this user to a group and copy permission which are already created, and then attached policy directly. So we can give the access directly to this user, or maybe we can add user to a group. But in this case, first we will create individual user without any policy, and then we will try adding the user to the group, and we'll give the access from there. But we will check this option as well, how to attach a policy directly. So let's click on next, and then we have this tag option. We can assign a tag to our user so that we can identify. So we'll for now we will just click on create user, and here we got the user created. And th this is the sign in URL. If we copy this and if we open it in a new tab, which I'll do shortly, it will give you us directly the account ID populated in that sign in page, and then we can use our username password there, and then we can log in. So in this case, I have just created the user without any access. So I'll go here and click on return to list, and we'll see, before we logging into that console, we will see about few things about this user. So I'll click on this, and we'll see about the permissions. So this user does not have any permission attached to it, and this user is also not part of any group, and tags we have not created. And then security credentials, this here we can find the same sign on link. So we can do that. And this also talks about if we have MFA and all attached to created for these users or not, and access key is created or not. All these things we can check here. So if you have an user created in your account, you can come to this page, and then you can check different configuration done for that particular user. So we will create one user group. We will add this user to that group, and then we will give permission, and then we will log into our AWS console using this newly created user. So let's do that. Create group, and here I'll give a group name. So this user is a lab admin, so I'll give a name as admin. And then this is add user to the group is an optional. And so from here also we can directly add the users, or we can simply create the group and then we can do it later. So in this case, as we are going to add this user to our group, so I'll select it, and I'll simply and what kind of permission we want to go give to this group. So I'll do administrator access, which is this one. And if you look at this, what is inside this permission, so if you click on this plus symbol, it will show you the policy. So this policy says that effect is allow, action is star means everything, and resource is everything. So this is a kind of super user, and it will give every access uh, to this user who would be part of this group on our AWS environment. So after that, let's scroll down, and then we'll go and ahead and create the user group. So let's click here, and it's creating a group. Okay, now group is created, and you can clearly see that here the group name is there. And now we will go back to our user again, and we'll see the permission. So click on user, and here I've clicked, and now we can clearly see that this user has got the administrator access, because when we added this user to our admin group, and we also attached one policy to that, and that's how it has got that admin access. And you can see the group name here, which was blank before, and then security credentials and all, there would be not much change because we have not added anything additional. So now we are good with our user creation and group creation, and we'll log into the AWS console using our newly created user. And you can also see here this administrator access, and type of access is AWS manage job function. So these are some automatic, pre-created policies which we have and which we can use when we create an access, or we can create our own policy to give any kind of access to the users. And this policy is attached to the user via a group, and the group name is admin. And let's go back to the security credential page, and then copy this link, and open one more window, and we'll log into the newly created user. So I'll open a new cognito window here, and then I'll paste that link here. So let me paste it over here. So paste, and then it load. So this is what I was talking about. So we have copied that link, and this account ID is pre-filled. So otherwise you have to fill it manually. And then our lab um, username is lab admin. So lab admin, and the password which we have created is, I'll enter here. Okay, and I'll click sign in. I think I have keyed in the incorrect password, so I'll try again. Okay, this time I entered the correct password, and now we are logged into our newly created user. And as we have given the console access to our user, that's the reason we are able to get into this console. And this user will have all kind of access which we need for our lab. So with this, I think we'll wrap up this lab here, and then we will do other labs in our upcoming section. So thank you, and I hope you like this video.